My friends, the world is waking up to what is really important, what is really real. And here's the scary thing people are finding, and I know this, and I'll go deeper into it, but they're finding that what they thought was God isn't real. It's not good. And they know it, but they're scared to speak against it because they're told you can't. I don't care what religion you are, Christian, Judaism, Islam, whatever. They tell you can't apostatize. You want to go to hell, right? And they put that fear again in you. And you feed those false gods. When you feed them your fear. And we talked about this yesterday. You got to starve them. You don't feed them your fear and your confusion. You already know. Go inside your heart of hearts that's created in that true God's image, that true good spirit's image, and it's pure, Zoroaster pure. Hello, shining ones. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And I feel Spirit so strong today. I know we're going to get a beautiful message. So I want to start with this, and we'll see where Spirit leads. But in the comments, one of our wonderful friends, he's where many of us were. He said he had read the Old Testament and he can't pray anymore. He lost his faith. You know, so the idea of who he thought God was and what he's reading in the Bible, there's that rub that we've all encountered, you know, and what can happen is it can knock the legs out from under you. And you feel like you're floundering. You don't have a solid base. And that is what is so beautiful about Zoroastrianism and the message of the Magi. It's a solid base. It's a good base. It's an unshakable base because it's the highest truth. It's the real above all that seemed real. And people are searching for this. My friends, people need this. People are waking up. I see this in the comments all the time, that instinctively they know that something is wrong with their religion, with their religious books, with the stories. In their heart now they know. Something switched, right? So I'm talking worldwide. There's been a change where the line between light and dark, love and hate, peace and war, right? Freedom and bondage. It's so clear to everyone. And they can see, even though they might be scared to look at it and think about it, they can see that what they were taught as God is not that highest principle God good. And they're going back to the original monotheistic religion, that God was just good. He was unmixed. My friends, and can I teach you a little something about energy? Energy, I was going to say it's so powerful. Yes, but it's everything. And I want to kind of show you this so you can learn how to navigate in this energy, because a lot of those world religions, the first thing they want to get you in is fear. That's like their number one rule, fear of God. They want to put that in you because it makes it easier to if they tell you, go in and kill the men, women, and children, right? And bring the spoils back to us. You're going to be scared to go against what they say. If they can put the fear of hell in you, and that even when they're not watching you, that God is watching you. So you better do what your priest tells you. My friends, it's easier to separate you from your money. It's easier to separate you from your God mind. My friends, if they can implant a God mind, a false God mind into you. And it's so easy to spot. There's no confusion in this. In the original religion, God and good are the exact same thing. If it feels fearful, if it feels angry, if it feels just any low frequency, anything that's off in your spirit, it's not God good. I don't care what they call it, Allah, Jehovah, Shiva's. Well, I don't care the name. What is the spirit behind the name? My friends, the stories they tell you. Yeah, I know you know it. It's not God. It's not good. But you know, we've gone past. There was a time you wanted to believe it. You know, I think back in the 80s when I was raised in the movies we liked, you know, I don't want to mention their names, but you know, they're about revenge, right? You killed something I love, now I'm going to destroy everything you love. And I'm not going to just kill you, right? I'm going to cut off each finger slow, and I'm going to make you hurt like I hurt. And people crave that. Right? They wanted vengeance. They wanted justice. They wanted to feel better. But here's what the world found as a collective conscious. It doesn't make you feel better. It makes you feel worse. And now you're a part of it. Right? Now you've hurt innocent people. And now those people want to take revenge on you. And you're thinking, you don't understand what I've been through. But you didn't understand what those people went through that hurt you. And you see this never-ending cycle of just blah, darkness, low energy. And as a collective, we're getting to the point where we're ready to say, do you know what? I'm going to forgive. That person never even asked for forgiveness. I'm going to love the unlovable. I'm going to be good. I'm going to let some things go. And it's hard because my heart's been broken and I've been mistreated. And it isn't right. But I know I can't keep going on like this. I'm going to start listening to different music. Instead of music that charges my revenge, that energy of hate and anger, I'm going to put on some meditation music. I'm going to take some long, deep breaths, and I'm actually going to send love. I did this, my friends. I did this with the man that you know, took my wife from me. I got to that point where I just started sending him love and healing and hoping the best for him. You know, and at first I wasn't fully committed, you know, to it, but it was the start. And pretty soon I felt it. I really did. And it's healing to me. My friends, you realize you can have everything you think you want. You can have the revenge. You can have the beautiful girl and the big home and the money, but not have peace, not have life, not have true love. My friends, the world is waking up to what is really important, what is really real. And here's the scary thing people are finding, and I know this, and I'll go deeper into it, but they're finding that what they thought was God isn't real. It's not good. And they know it, but they're scared to speak against it because they're told you can't. I don't care what religion you are, Christian, Judaism, Islam, whatever. They tell you can't apostatize. You want to go to hell, right? And they put that fear again in you. And you feed those false gods. When you feed them your fear. And we talked about this yesterday. You got to starve them. You don't feed them your fear and your confusion. You already know. Go inside your heart of hearts that's created in that true God's image, that true good spirit's image. And it's pure. Zoroaster pure. It's not mixed. It's not, you know, love and hate. And right, I mean, most spiritual practices teach this. And this is where I get the most fight against me. It's okay. In your heart, you know. They say, Megas, that's just how it is. You don't know what the light is without the darkness. You wouldn't know what love is without the hate. Right? You wouldn't know what peace is if you didn't have the war and killing and maiming. Yes, I would, my friends, because I do know it, because I am it. I am that love. And I don't need the hate. I don't need the darkness. I don't need the evil to see my true nature that is good and loving. And I've come to a place where I live in it. And it's good. And you'll find it too. My friends, there might be another reason why you're holding on to those beliefs. Maybe you still a little bit in you want some revenge. Right? You want your justice. But it's not justice. My friends, I'll tell you what you need. You need to go back to that original word. It's going to give you everything you're looking for. And all that fear that you blasphemed their gods, right? That you're going to be separated, you're going to go to hell. All that fear, it literally falls off you. And, it's because you're going up. You go up where those false gods can't follow. Jehovah's, Allah's, Shiva's, they can't come up here in Asha. And so all their stories, this fade away. They're not scary. They're laughable. Many of you are at the point where you think back, how did I ever believe that was God or those stories were God? How did I ever, how was I so brainwashed? My friends, that's a whole nother video. The important thing is, when you find that truth and that truth comes to you, and you know what, I'm sure we hear about these soul contracts and these divine meetings and stuff. You knew you were going to come in contact with this message. And you're going to be set free, and you're going to bring others up. And we always talk about moving that needle. We're going to move that needle in this collective mind towards love and towards truth and towards positivity. And my God, we can see it. I want to pull a card. I'm just feeling it so good. Tarot, a lot of people aren't too sure about it. It depends on what spirit you hear from. And good spirit speaks to me through this one deck of cards in particular. I have a whole collection of tarot decks. Some are just beautiful art. Some are just fun. But this deck, it's magic. I want to share that with you. Four of Wands. Look at, they're celebrating. That's how I feel the Magi right now. The laurel wreath. We're celebrating in these higher realms. We've done the work. And it's time for us as a community to celebrate, to dance, to sing out, right? Zarathustra, his gathas, that means songs. We sing out with what we are. We're singing out with our love and our truth and our asha and our peace and our joy. Do you know what else I'm seeing? We were talking about, the legs being swept out from under you. 4 is stability. Look at this. I see these 4 wood legs, these wands. I'm picturing like maybe a chair, right? And there's the 4 legs. And sometimes everything you thought, right, that you thought was real, you hadn't had the real above all real yet. You hadn't had Asha, the original word yet. And so you got your Jehovah's and your Allah's and your Bibles and your Qurans and your Gitas, and you're sitting and you think, you never felt firm in that chair. And now when the truth comes, it takes those false legs out from under you, right? You're flailing. We talked about this in the beginning of the video. And then Asha comes, and it's that stable foundation. The 4. It's beautiful. We celebrate in that Asha. We're safe in that Asha. It's unmixed. There's no confusion in this stability. It's just good, and then there's evil. Good is good, bad is bad. I want to recite Asha 13. The original word, the only thing that could come from the perfect Creator's perfect mind, is good. No evil can come from that mind. No mixed energy. Energy makes form and matter. The form and matter that's real, that's true, life that is true is good. And from that original word of just the all-good God, that no evil can come from him. No low frequencies. Our spiritual world is made straight, and our material world comes into order. And we begin to celebrate with what we are. It's Asha 3. I have Vohu Menu, the God mind, the Christ mind, where God and I are one. And my only job is to align, attune myself to be that love. Don't matter the name you call your gods or angels or spirit guides. What is the spirit? Is it pure love? Is it peace? Is it joy? Is it powerful? Is it free? Is it free from fear? My friends, we hold those. We be those. We are those. We come from good spirit. We're made of good spirit. We shine our true light. We sing our true song. And then we can say, Asha is. Thank you, good spirit. Did you guys feel that? Take a long, deep breath and release. And I want all of us just to feel everything's okay. Everything's better than okay. We found Asha. Asha found us. Wait a minute. I'm thinking of Asha is. I was here the whole time. I was always here. I was always here. You just looked in and saw me. I love you. I love you. My love, my light, beautiful one. Asha.